Annyeonghaseyo. My name is Ipiana Wawelelachi Chindindindi. I'm applying for the 2027 SPF scholarship at Sao National University. I'm a lecturer at Nkumbi International College, which is one of the largest institutions in Zambia that offers agricultural sciences at diploma level. The institution is located in the central part of Zambia, and I've been a senior lecturer here since 2019. Some of the courses that I offer in the institution include Fundamentals of Soil Science, Crop Pests and Diseases, Seed Science and Technology, Agriculture Production, Plant Science, Post-Harvest and Technology, as well as Animal Nutrition and Pasture. I hold a Bachelor of Science degree in Agriculture as well as a Master of Science in Sustainable Land and Environment Management. Both qualifications were obtained from the University of Zambia. Well, some of my notable teaching achievements include that of refining and developing training material that is utilized for training students that are pursuing diploma in agriculture at institutional level as well as national level through TVETA. Other than that, I continuously conduct practicals that aim at improving the soil fertility of the soils in our area of production within the institution. In addition, another notable achievement is that of training students in sustainable crop, pest and disease management practices that actually yield results. A research journey anyway started during my undergraduate where I was trying to understand the levels of phosphorus and sulfur that could be utilized by a Sakala bean mutant variety. This was a variety that was not yet released on the market and not much was known about it. So I contributed to trying to understand what levels of phosphorus and what levels of sulfur were required in order for yields to be improved. So during this journey, I learned different experimental designs and also different data analysis techniques. Other than that, I conducted research during my master's where I sought to understand the gap that existed in a farming area, a tomato farming area here in Zambia known as Masanza. So I sought to understand what was it exactly that contributed significantly to post-harvest losses of tomatoes. You'd find that the quantities that arrive at the market and the quantities that are harvested were very different due to post-harvest losses. So I sought to understand whether it was socioeconomic factors, environmental factors, or post-harvest handling techniques that contributed to these losses. So during this research, I was able to come up with practical recommendations that farmers could actually apply in order to improve their way of production and ultimately their livelihoods. Other than that, I have contributed to a research that is currently awaiting publication where we sought to understand the storage containers as well as the storage period of papers in order to cut down on post-harvest losses. I have also continued to carry out research within the institution, which has whose aim has been to contribute to improved soil fertility. And this research I have continued to do with my students in the areas in which we carry out our crop production within the institution. So yeah, the area of interest that I was able to identify at Sao National University, actually two areas. One of them is in the lab of crop ecology and informatics, as well as lab of crop and ability. So I can easily relate to these areas because when you talk about environmental sustainability, that's exactly one of the things that we are trying to achieve here in Zambia. So I look forward to participating in research that will come up with practical solutions, workable solutions that will try to ensure that as we are carrying out our crop production, as we are improving our crops, we are also able to take care of our environment. As for my study plan, I seek to pursue a PhD in crop science and biotechnology at Sao National University. So you may be wondering why crop science and biotechnology? Well, this is because this particular program lies at the heart of food security. The skills, the knowledge, the research, the advanced research that I'll be exposed to at Sao National University will enable me to contribute to providing solutions towards the challenges that we're facing globally in terms of food security. Other than that, I wish to pursue this particular study at Sao National University because it is one of the best institutions in the world when it comes to practical training in agriculture. It also has state-of-the-art technologies, which I look forward to being exposed to. Yeah, coming from a developing country, this will be a privilege in the sense that I'll be able to understand this some of the theory theories that I learned in school to a deeper extent. In addition, Sao National University provides a conducive environment for me to be able to undertake this particular training. I look forward to actually working at these experimental farms that the institution has. I also look forward to learning from some of the best professors in the world when it comes to agriculture. Other than that, I learned of the system, the pattern in which Sao National University conducts research, the convergence research, where they involve different fields in trying to sort out a problem. So that then means that I'll not only develop knowledge in crop science and biotechnology, but I'll also be able to learn from other fields on how we can contribute to enhanced food security through crop improvement. Yeah. So other than that, I'm very intrigued by the Korean culture. I am a fan of Korean drama, so I have a bit of some exposure on how things are done. I am especially encouraged by how they constantly look for solutions when faced with a problem, constantly seek to apply technology in order to improve their livelihoods. I believe if I develop this particular attribute, I can be able to pass it down to the students that I teach who happen to be the future generation of our country, Zambia. Some of my goals in pursuing this PhD program is to strengthen my expertise in crop improvement, pest and disease resistance. Other than that, I seek to strengthen my expertise in seed science, post-harvest management, as well as climate resilient agriculture. Furthermore, I seek to develop advanced research skills in experimental designs, biotechnology, as well as data analysis. In the long run, an additional goal as I pursue this particular program is to contribute to the transformation of agriculture in Zambia through practical training, research, as well as capacity building. On my return back home, I plan to utilize the skills and the knowledge that I will have obtained from Sao National University to strengthen my teaching in crop production, soil improvement, crop pest and disease management, as well as in value addition. Other than that, I seek to utilize the advanced research skills as well as biotechnology in improving soil improvement research in the institution, as well as guide student-centered projects and research that will be aimed at solving some of the local challenges that we experience. In addition, I seek to contribute significantly to curriculum development as well as training skilled agricultural graduates who will contribute to agricultural development as well as sustainable agriculture. Other than that, I seek to support Nkubi's Center of Excellence vision by improving research, improving training, practical hands-on training, as well as providing community engagement through interactions as we translate knowledge from the institution to surrounding communities. In addition, in the long run, I look forward to being an educator, a researcher, a leader that will contribute significantly to climate-smart agriculture, sustainable agriculture, as well as capacity building in the country. So all in all, me obtaining this PhD will not only benefit me as an individual, but it will benefit the institution that I'm coming from, like I indicated, that has been earmarked as a center of excellence in agriculture, and therefore it is repositioning itself so as it can be able to realize this particular role. So it will require that the personnel that is involved in training students has the highest qualifications and from reputable institutions such as Sao National University. Other than that, it will also benefit this experience, this opportunity is also going to benefit our country, Zambia, at large. Thank you so much. Kamsahamnida.